Hello, my name is Pratyush Bhattacharjee. I'm here to talk about three major political struggles, civilian problems in the United States of America, along with their solutions. Let me start with gun violence. Gun violence is a major political problem in the United States, and I'm glad to say that over the last 10 years, I have come up with numerous ideas, solutions, and patents, and I'm pleased to say that I finally found the solution. So what it is that all types of gun use will be demarcated, categorized as either lawful or unlawful use. Now there's a list of lawful use scenarios, say target practice, hunting, self-defense at home, whereas illegal use or unlawful use scenarios include such things as solicited murder with a gun, use without probable cause, mass shootings, that kind of stuff. Now, whenever someone uses a gun and someone is shot, injured, or killed, the case will be taken up by a court of law. And it will be up to that court of law to decide whether it was a lawful or legal or unlawful or illegal use. Now, it will be up to a jury to decide whether it was a lawful use or unlawful use, because there might be some gray area in between. But it won't be AI. It will be 12 people, humans, who will decide in the end whether it was a lawful use or unlawful use, legal or illegal use. And of course, illegal use scenarios will come with hefty, jail time, fines, things like that. A deterrent to stop people from misusing their guns. And in illegal use scenarios, solicited murder with a gun, shooting without probable cause, and mass shootings. So I'm positive that this will put an end to mass shootings for good, because even those who are capable of shooting many people at a short period of time, they will also not want to break the law, go out of their way to break the law and commit the shooting, carry out the shooting. So with this law in place, I call it the Gun Violence Prevention Act of 2025. Gun violence is sure to come down by a lot. And why gun violence? What's made me think about finding solutions to gun violence? Well, it started back in 2012. I started out I was a freshman at Virginia Tech University in Virginia, and whenever people used to refer to my college, they often called it the shooting school. Well, we were known as the shooting school instead of inventing the future, because of the shooting incident that happened in 2007, which was the worst mass shooting in modern American history. 32 students and faculty were killed. And so I didn't like that. I thought I should come up with a solution. So that's gun violence. The solution is, in a nutshell, all gun use will be categorized or demarcated as either legal or lawful use or illegal or unlawful use. And it will be up to court of law to decide. A jury, let's say 12 people, to decide whether it was a lawful use or legal use or unlawful or illegal use. Second, let's come to healthcare. Now, the majority of the US population has some sort of healthcare, are covered nicely. There are some who are underinsured, and about 10% of the population is underinsured. Well, the United States has probably the highest healthcare budget in the whole world, upwards of $3 trillion. Now, and per capita spending on healthcare is about $10,000. Now, even the best and most elite private health insurance in the US does not cost more than $450 to $500 a month. Let's say, take for example, Blue Cross Blue Shield of America. It's a private health insurance company. Now, my idea is, what if the government was to pay for your private healthcare? Let's say take an upper maximum of $500. $500 a month for a year comes to $6,000, way less than the $10,000 that is now being spent per capita per year. So, if the government paid for everyone's health insurance, then everyone would be covered. And those who are already covered, they won't have to pay now for their health insurance. They'll just have to pay for all other out-of-pocket costs and costs not covered by their insurance. So they are covered. The people who are underinsured, they'll also not have to pay for health insurance. So they can also probably afford the out-of-pocket costs that comes with every other hospitalization. And the ones who are not insured, about 10% of the population, 26 million people, If they can't afford it, then the government can pay for their out-of-pocket costs, which will be paid to Blue Cross Blue Shield, which in turn will pay the hospitals. Now, the budget will not go higher with this plan in place. In fact, covering everybody will make the budget come to around $1.9 trillion. That leaves about $1.1 trillion left to cover all out-of-pocket costs for the people in the lower bracket margin who cannot cover their own costs. So this way, everyone will be covered with health insurance, and those who cannot afford out-of-pocket costs, within the $3 trillion budget, the government can pay for all their other expenses, all their hospitalizations, out-of-pocket, all those expenses. Paving the way for universal healthcare in America. The closest thing to universal healthcare in America that you can get. Thirdly, I would like to address the fentanyl epidemic in America. So fentanyl is a drug. It's now making its way across, streets, and teenagers and kids who are having, drugs. These drugs are now being laced with this thing called fentanyl, and people are dying. You can overdose on a very small amount of fentanyl, and you can overdose, which is dangerous. So what I thought is, a lot of fentanyl comes in through the ports of entry, through Mexico to China. So all this fentanyl is being stored and hoarded, which is leading to more fentanyl sneaking in through the cracks and getting into the streets. So my idea is, at the port of entry, if all the fentanyl is taken and destroyed by putting it into nitric acid, then all the fentanyl that is coming in through the ports of entry will be destroyed, and the people who are making the drugs, the cartels, they will know that all the effort, all the hard work they're putting into making the drug, in the end, this drug will go nowhere. It will be destroyed. So the solution is, just don't need to store or hoard the fentanyl. Just take it and dissolve it and destroy it in nitric acid, and then later take the sludge, dump it in a field or in some water body. Just do that. So I'm sure this will cause the fentanyl problem to go down. Less fentanyl in the streets, hopefully. So these three ideas, together I call it Zeitgeist 2025, the countdown to the secret destiny of America. The gun violence solution, I call it the Gun Violence Prevention Act of 2025, along with the two other things, healthcare and fentanyl. So together I call it Zeitgeist 2025. Together we can make America great again. God bless the United States of America. God bless America through me. Thank you.